Waiting to see our next horse sitting at the in gate there. This is going to be Never Say Never, Thomas Dressler. This horse is owned by Henrik Gunderson. Henrik, he's responsible for all the sales of the horse gyms here in the United States. He does a lot of riding himself, but he's so busy with his business with the horse treadmills that he's just here today as an owner. We have a picture here. When you see this horse, he goes in a hackamore with obviously no bit at all in his mouth. He goes in one of those big German-type hackamores. We saw this horse several weeks ago over in the Dressage Stadium, jump a double clear and take a nice ribbon there. A little bit of his own way of jumping, a little unorthodox, a little funny with his front end, but Thomas does a really good job managing it and placing him exactly right to all the jumps. I'm not sure what the holdup is here, but we have a live shot here on Thomas at the in-gate, so I'm not sure what went wrong.
Yeah, and like you said, they've been doing great down here. Picked up a 4th place ribbon earlier this year in February, also an 8th place ribbon under the lights in the Grand Prix a few weeks ago. So they should be real contenders today. And going back to what you were saying about Hendrick, this has become such a serious sport down here, especially early in the year, Wellington. You've got to be active all the time, showing like yourself, Jimmy. Don't you agree with that?
Yeah, when you talk about this level, it's hard to just dip in and out of the sport. You really need to stay in there and stay current, and not only jump the Grand Prix level, have something to jump in the 145 and the 140. That's why the owners are so important and the sponsors are so important. You really can't do this at this level anymore with just one horse. There's so many weeks, there's so much money that they're offering here around the world that you need to stay in there and be doing it day in and day out.
And then the frustration is, if you're lucky enough to have one top horse and you're going pretty well, you say, God, if I just have one other horse to get a little more time on, a little more seat time, or if I just had another horse to do another, say $1 million class like we had a few weeks ago at Live Oak.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even when you have that one superstar, you always need another one to sort of take the pressure off of that horse, and you don't have to, use that horse over and over. Again, with so many classes and so much money, you really got to plan the schedule for these horses and space them out and, not overuse them. Yeah, that's what it looked like, just a light rub on that. The horse shifted left off the ground, and I think that's why he had that down.
I think that line going to the narrow, that's quite a technical line.
Yeah, and as the class has gone on, it actually seems like the 4 is riding much easier than it looked in the beginning. They're actually doing the 4 strides. When you look back to Marie Heckardt's horse, such a small horse, and he just cantered the 4 strides.
That was a nice, neat turn. Really not wanting to let this 4 turn into a 5-fault round.
Like you just added up and got too deep to the A element of the triple and didn't get to the back rail.
Picking up the one side as well, finishing at 2:09,
the first rail he had down, I think the horse just shifted left off the ground. It was very light, and for sure the triple combination, he just got buried up under A and just didn't get to the back rail. There we see the replay again, very light touch on that. We're going to see the replay here. Just too deep at the triple combination and just didn't get to the back rail.
Yeah, and I think at that point with the 8 faults, he just took his time and made sure he finished up today with a nice, confident horse leaving the ring.